going to do guided practice, and I am going to use these three shapes to model for you how we can divide the shapes into smaller parts and show each part as a unit fraction. So first I'm going to partition my hexagon, and my lines may be a little crooked because I'm using a mouse to draw them. Our hexagon has been partitioned into 6 parts. So the fractional part for this part of my hexagon is 1/6. It is 1/6 of the whole. This is 1/6 of the whole. 1/6 of the whole. 1/6 of the whole. 1/6 of the whole. And another 6 of the whole. So if I want to show this as a fractional sum equation, I would simply write 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6, and it is equivalent to 1 whole. And let me show you how so. All of my denominators are the same here in each one of my fractions. I have like denominators of 6. So the only thing I need to add are my numerators. And I have a numerator of 1. So remember that whenever you are trying to find the unit fraction of a figure or of a set or of a shape, you want to make sure that it has a numerator of 1. So unit fractions always have a numerator of 1. Okay, so just to repeat, I don't know if it got cut off, but I just want to make sure that you understand that unit fractions have a numerator of 1. Okay, so it doesn't matter what the denominator is, the numerator is always 1 when it's a unit fraction. Okay, so now we have partitioned our trapezoid into 2 parts, and even though my line is a little bit wiggly, that's okay. You know that if it was a perfect line, each part will have the same, it will be equal parts. So the unit fraction for this side of my shape is 1/2, and for the other part it is 1/2. And if I wanted to write it in a unit, in a fractional sum equation, my equation would be 1/2 plus 1/2, which is equal to 2/2, which is also, equivalent to a whole. And I try to repeat it as much as I can so you understand that whenever the numerator and the denominator are the same, it is equal to 1. And I know sometimes students, whenever they're reading this particular fraction, 1/2, they say 1/2 because there is a 2. Okay, so I am going to draw a square because this shape is not a very good shape to try and partition to show equal parts. So I am going to draw a square, and I am going to partition it into 4ths. Okay, so here I have 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. So each 1/4 plus 1/4 is equal to 4/4, which again is equal to 1/2, because each one of my fractional parts represents the whole entire square. Okay? So now I want to show you another way that a fraction can be decomposed. I am going to write the fraction 3/4. Now we know that 3/4 can be decomposed into unit fractions, which are 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. 3/4 can also be decomposed another way, but once you see how it's decomposed, you will see that the fractions aren't in its simplest form. And if a fraction is in its simplest form, it most of the time has a numerator of 1 when we're talking about unit fractions. Okay, so I can decompose 3/4 another way. Now, keep in mind, my denominator is not going to change. It's going to remain 4. But if you remember, when we decompose whole numbers, I can decompose 3 a couple of ways. So I've already decomposed 3 one way, because if I add 1 plus 1 plus 1, it will give me 3. I can also decompose 3 by 2 and 1. So I can decompose 3/4 by 1/4 plus 2/4, and it's going to give me the same fraction when I add it up, 3/4. Because 1 plus 2 equals 3. Since my denominators are like denominators, that means that they're the same. I don't add them up. It remains 4, and that's my fraction, 3/4. Early in the week, we learned how to partition the number lines, and we use fractional parts to divide them into equal parts. So we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to show how you can use the number line to show unit fractions on a number line. So I want to divide this particular number line, into fourths. Now remember that it's much efficient for us and easier for us if we locate the midpoint or the benchmark fraction on our number lines. So our midpoint on our number line is 1/2. Well, that's our halfway mark. So we can write 1/2. Because if we remember from the previous lesson, we know that 1/2 is equivalent to some of our fractions, and even though we're partitioning or dividing it into 4 equal parts, the fraction that we're going to plot here on our number line, it is equal to 1/2. Okay, so now I'm going to divide my halves into smaller parts, into another half. Because remember, when we had this in a previous lesson, we first identified our midpoint, which was 1/2. And so we divided it into 2 equal parts on the number line. Now we're going to partition our halves into another half to make 4 equal parts. So I'm going to put a marker here and a marker here. My lines are squiggly, but imagine if it was a perfect line, all of the parts would be the same. Okay, so let's go, and we're going to use our fraction apart on the number line. Okay, so we're going to start here since we are partitioning our line into number line into fourths. Our first marker will be 1/4. Our next marker will be 2/4, which is equivalent to 1/2, and our next marker will be 3/4. This is one way I can represent, or I can divide my number line into equal parts. I can also use unit fractions to model the same exact thing, because this area here is 1/4. Here is another 1/4. And if you look, if we add these two numerators together, it's going to give me 2/4. Here is another 1/4. And here's another 1/4. If I add 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, it will give me 4. My denominators are like, they're the same. So it doesn't change. And again, it is equal to 1/2. Now we're going to look at another way that we can show how using a set of objects, how we can use a set of objects to show fractional parts of a whole. So here we have 3 friends, okay? And let's give them some names. So we have Larry, Sue, Peggy, and Sam. So Sam has a group of stars. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He has a total of 8 stars. He wants to share his stars equally among his friends. So you're going to hear the word share a lot. You're going to hear the word divide. You're going to hear the word partition. All of these words are related to fractions, and once we get into division, you're going to see how they are, it's related to division as well. So Sam wants to share his stars equally with his 3 friends. So each person is going to get the same amount of stars. So what we're trying to decide is, what is the fractional part of the set of stars that Larry will get, that Sue will get, that Peggy will get, and that Sam will get? Okay, so let's see. Okay, Larry gets a star. I'm going to put Larry here. Sue, Peggy, and I'm going to put S-A-M for Sam. So now he still has some stars that he can share equally. There's another vocabulary word, with his friends. Larry,